Hey everybody, this is Complete Noob here. Recently I just found out about something that changed my flying drastically, in actually a better way. And also, I gotta say, I'm sorry for this footage, and you'll see later down the road, it starts to get really, really chuggy. My computer's not that great, but soon after I get my parts coming in and I can start flying, I can stop using simulator and show you some real footage. But until then, I'm kind of stuck with this. But as you can see here, I'm quite happy doing just some freestyle and taking care of business after finding this out. Like I said, it drastically changed my flying, and I wanted to share it with you. From what I found out, camera angle actually plays a huge role in your flying experience. And when I first started, I ended up going, I think it was at 25 degrees or so. And from there, it makes it just incredibly hard to keep your altitude correct. You end up bobbing around and stuff like that. You don't really end up going too fast, and turns end up being way too wide. It's something that I end up forcing myself to get into and get used to. Um, but someone down the road told me, like, dude, raise your camera up, bro. And after doing that, it made a world of difference. Yeah, and I get a little spill here at the end. But in this clip, I end up bumping it up to 40 degrees. And here it makes it a little bit easier. I noticed I wasn't bobbing around as much. And it seemed to be a little bit easier to control when it was going around curves. But it didn't seem quite right enough. Also, I just want to remind you guys that I'm not very skilled in this. I just started not even a week ago, and I wanted to record my journey as I go along for anybody else who wants to get into this hobby and realize it's okay to suck. In fact, I'm not very good at all, but I'm trying, I'm working at it, and it is a fantastic hobby, and I would recommend it to anybody. And right here, I end up bumping it up to, I think it was 50 degrees, and it seemed to have a lot more control. My altitude was a lot easier to keep at a certain level, but things started to get a little weird because I noticed roll would end up being more of my turning, and pitch would be, well, turning left and right, like kind of like what roll used to be. It made things kind of odd. I had to get used to it a little bit, but I actually I find I wanted to take corners a little too tight sometimes, and it took a lot to get used to. And here I bump it up to 65 degrees. And one thing I gotta say is taking off at this is very hard because you can't really tell where you're at. But as for trying to keep your height, it made it a lot easier. In fact, most of your speed end up just going straight ahead instead of trying to push you up. Corners became a lot easier to take, and I didn't really have to think so much. It seemed like I really just had to steer with my one stick, which ended up being the roll stick, which is kind of odd and a lot to get used to, but it makes things a lot easier, and taking taking corners a lot easier as well. So I would recommend to anybody just to try slowly bumping it up just so you can get used to it, because that's where you get a lot of your speed from, and it makes it a lot easier to control. And well, thanks for watching, guys. This is it for now. If you can do me a favor, just hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you like. And everybody out there, have fun flying. It's about fun after all.